Hey guys, so it's Kuzomari here, back with another live stream. Gonna be doing some painting today. I'll give us some time for people to get in here. And hello, Tricks. I was hoping that it looked like the app I'm using to live stream to YouTube had an update, so I was hoping those comments worked. I was hoping they worked right. It looks like they do. Looks like they do. Let's click this and make sure the volume is down here, so that way I can make sure everything's going good. Alright, so this is going to be like my first painting live stream. So if you have any questions, go ahead. I'm going to give a second here to see some people rolling in. I'm going to post on my other social media real quick. So that way I can explain where I'm at to the people who get here and what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to be doing it too long, but yeah, I'm going to be doing some streams like this where live you can ask what I'm doing, what brush I'm using, stuff like that. I'm going to post on my Instagram right here real quick. Let me know if the music's too loud. I'm kind of holding my phone, but let me know if the music's too loud at all. Let's go here. Oh, and yeah, actually, I'll wait for news and stuff for when the stream starts getting a little cooler here. Whoa, Instagram wonking out there for a second. Live streaming now on YouTube. Painting. Link in bio. Alright. Sounds good. Live streaming. Alright, get down my Instagram. So how is everybody? How is everybody that is here? I know it's kind of late. But this will be reposted for anyone who misses it, so. Hey there, kid silly. Okay. Let me go to my Twitter. I normally don't post on my Twitter, but I know some people being on there. Live stream. Process now on YouTube. Now let's go grab the link to this guy. Share, copy link, and see. This is where I don't have any mods or something that can like share links for me and stuff. Paste. All right. Doing anime. All right. posted that to my Twitter. All right, that should be enough for now. So let me see, how many people are here? 6 people. All right, so let me see the comment section. You never did the how to study videos, bro. But awesome painting, by the way. Pretty good. How's life treating you? It's going pretty good. And about the how to study video, yeah, I have a video on my phone for it. And I have the audio. I just have to record me like sketching or something. And I'm deciding whether I want to use that one or re-record it, because everything I say there is true, but I'm not sure if I want it like that. I don't know. And I mean, I think it's very important, a very important video, but I'll definitely get to it for sure. Yay, I'm really early on the stream today. Good to see you. Alright, so first off, before I start this, I want to say I finished the volume for Arms of the Dragon, and it's going to be in stores next month, and it's going to be in stores available for physical purchase next month, as well as it's going to be available for digital download and reading on the Noir Caesar app with the company I'm published with. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. They've already done an ad for the cover, so I can show you the cover. This is the cover for the Arms of the Dragon volume, and it's volume 1. And yeah, it's coming to stores soon. It's coming to stores next month, and I'm super psyched. I worked really, really, really hard on this volume. I did some extra content for it between each chapters that people haven't seen yet, and all that stuff. So, hoping everyone likes it. Then yeah. I got a fun story about that cover sometime when I actually talk about it. But in any case, what is the story of the manga? I'm really not good at explaining that. I should really memorize like the little thing. It's on the back of the volume. I even typed it in. I'm just not good at remembering. I'm not good at like explaining stories on the spot, but yeah. The link to it's in the description and everything, and it's there. Let's just say it's a heart-wrenching story, and there's stuff that goes down for sure. But about the painting. See, this is the point where the volume's coming out, and after this, I'm probably actually gonna go and read that quite a few times, so that way I can memorize the synopsis. So that, because I've had quite a few people ask me, and I haven't really had anything to say about it, because I want it to sound more professional than I can give off with my words, because I am not good with words, and that's not an excuse. Like, I need to get better with them. So, bottom line, I need to get more comfortable explaining things. Anyways, the stream's been going on long enough. I need to get to this. So let me explain where I'm at right now. I got all these layers here. I got it all separated here. Skin, pants, shirt, like that, hair. And one thing that you can notice is when you look at this, it's darker down. Let me see, where am I? It's darker down here. Hello there. Metagani 94 Gaming. Anyway, yeah, it's darker towards the bottom here, and it's lighter towards the top here. I've already made a gradient on all the things. That's what I do sometimes, for better effect. I make a gradient from where the light source is, so it's a little darker down here, a little lighter up here, and same thing goes for the shirt. You could tell it's lighter up in this top part and darker for anything down here, and that's just to help the overall look of the base. And I don't always do this, but it's something to play around with. It's also really cool, like, if you were to do this, although, see, your next steps, if you were to do this too drastically, it would change how you would paint it slightly. But like these kind of things are cool to get in and do, like, do some sort of lighting like this, a quick lighting. And then if I were to select a color from over here and then start coming in like this, that can block out some shade areas. I mean, that's a really simple, quick way to do something. And it's not completely ideal, but I played around with these types of things before. And if I select a color here, then come over here to add some duller light, I could do that if I wanted to. But I don't think I'm going to go that harsh with the light. I kind of want it to be, I don't want the light to be as harsh like that. I'm probably going to be doing like a little bit more. If I grab this background light here, I'm going to be doing more like, oh, what the? Oh, I went back to the pants. I'm going to be doing softer lights that are closer to stuff like that, and like bigger in certain parts, but not like whole sections like how I had it in that demonstration. So, without further ado, let's move on with this. In all honesty, I'm wondering if this jacket is a little too dark for what I'm going to be trying to do, but I'm not sure. I am not sure. I'm still learning a lot about coloring myself. So, but I could still show you my process, how I go about this stuff. So, all I really did there was I ended up selecting the color near it, and then I would go down this way in kind of a diagonal fashion, because if you go straight down, you won't keep the same kind of color that you want, but you want to make sure to go diagonal enough that you keep the right value. And then you also, what I do is I shift it over to a color that I would want the shade to be closer to, which I'm shifting over to more of a purple. And this is showing off as dull color. I kind of want it to be, let me see if I shift it even further over what it looks like. Nah. I'm thinking, see, this is where I want to experiment a little bit. This is why it's good to actually have like a system on, like, this is why it's good to learn how to do one specific painting style fast at first, so that way you get an idea of how you want to paint stuff. And if you master that, like that system really fast, one, you'll be able to get work done faster. Two, if you know how to do that one thing really fast, you'll be able to then expand from what you know there easier, because you'll be like, I know how to do this, I'm going to do it right now. And then you'll be like, but in this time I'm going to take this slight detour, I'm going to kind of put a little bit more effort here and try something new in this area. So learning a good structure on how you paint stuff from the very beginning, so you can do it fast, will leave you more time to experiment later on. You know, and I'm wondering how much cell shading I want to even do on this. I notice in some of my stuff I might do a little bit too much. Let me see if there's anything here. And we'll destroy him. And I never got back on the Discord. And made front, but it's dope. Oh yeah, sorry about that. I remember the Discord too. Dude, I've been so busy. I don't know. I've been having a hard time. Like, I haven't even been keeping up with my Facebook page as much as I should. I've been pretty much on Instagram because it's so fast to just post on there, and there's a lot more interaction, and there's a lot more organic growth going on Instagram, and that's the only place I've really been active when I've been really, really, really busy. And Yeah, I've just been so busy. And I'm a little less busy, but I still shouldn't take the business the little bit of free time I have right now for granted, because this time I'm gonna hop straight into my next series, Ordinal Tempest. And I don't know if you guys are interested, but I actually have right here an illustration I'm doing, a promo illustration for Ordinal Tempest. It's a mech series, and yeah, it's going to be coming again. Chapter 1 is out already, and I am going to be working on Chapter 2. Alright. Let's see here. What do I want to do? Let's maybe make a little bit darker section right here. Pull it down. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, for everyone who's here, thank you for being here, and thank you for subscribing. We hit over 10,000, guys. 10,000. 10,000, that's crazy. I know, there's a lot of other YouTubers that are way bigger than me, but you gotta realize, this is my first social media at all. Social network, whatever, platform for sharing my art that I've ever hit 10,000 on. And for it to be YouTube of all places, isn't that weird? Because, people are like, oh, you can't grow on YouTube, oh, it's hard. And that's the first place I hit 10,000 on. Why? Because I've just consistently tried to at least do one video a month, at very least. I hate creating brushes in Procreate. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of creating brushes. So basically, what I would say do is take a cool brush that you like the way it works, and then modify it to what you want. Because let's say I like the way this medium hard brush works, I would be able to go into it and change all these settings if I wanted to, but you can change these shapes and stuff to something you would like more. And this is actually even more beneficial when I actually recently downloaded some brushes from this place called Daub Brushes. I think it's DAUB brushes, and they have Procreate brushes and they have Clip Studio brushes. And I'm gonna say their Clip Studio brushes are freaking ridiculously good. Like, that stuff is, dude, you're paying less than $20. Like, okay, for the Procreate brushes, I paid less than $10 for 100 brushes. 100. Of course, for me, I only found about 15 of them useful, because the rest of them are kind of like, I don't know, I like brushes that are kind of like wash. I really like brushes that give off a wash feel. And that's what the brushes are. They're washish. Let me show you something that I just recently did for you guys that I'm going to be posting probably tomorrow. This guy. It's over 10,000. He's like, it's over, and then he's like, 10,000. Okay, this is really bad voiceover. I imagine them sounding like something else. But if you look at some of this like texturing, a lot of it is the wash brush and the wash brushes, and I really, really like them. I'm not using that here. I'm just using an airbrush, because that's what I started with here, and I really didn't want to go too far into any other, like, this is for somebody, and I didn't want to use that as an experiment, I guess I could say. Because I don't know how far, I haven't played around with them enough. That was my first drawing with those brushes, and I'm just more comfortable with this brush for now. And I knew that you guys would want, this is something you could get right now for free. It's preset on your iPad, this brush I'm using. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to use it too, is because if you wanted to know what brush I'm using, what tools I'm using, it's there. It's the medium hard brush, and it's the exact settings it comes with. Because if you look at it, and I go here and I change it to streamline, see how it goes to reset right up here in the top right? It now says reset, where I can go reset brush, and it resets it back to what it originally was. And so this is the default brush that comes with it. So you can do everything I'm doing right now with your Procreate, your current Procreate. I kind of wish this base of the jacket was a little more blue. A little more blue to represent that light, the light around it, because there's a lot of blues and purples, and this jacket would come off as more of a blue. I'm going to kind of go in here and give it a little bit more blues. But yeah, just let you know, if you want some really good quality brushes, those daub brushes are freaking daubalicious. Get the hell out of here, Chris. I'll show you some real quick. Just a quick little show. These are my favorite daub brushes. Just watch how freaking look at that. That's so good. I love that. And basically what I would be able to do from there is go here, go to another color, paint over it, and then select, paint, select from over here, paint over again. And these brushes, I love the way they work. I love the way they flow. And all these brushes here work like that. All of them work in that sort of fashion. So this is worth them. Even though all the other brushes I didn't really like that much, these brushes were worth it. Because look at the way they work. Now, let's say you wanted a brush with a different texture, but you wanted it to work the way this works. What you would do is you would just copy the brush, duplicate it, and then put in your own texture, and it will work the same way as it originally did, but with the texture you decided to put in. So that's one reason why I think these brushes are so important for me, is I can make my own brushes from these. And it's totally worth the money, so. Now let me look over here. Save that. I love you from Brazil. Hello there, Bruno from Brazil. That's cool. I've been here for as long as time. You've been here for as long as time. I hate creating brushes in Procreate. Oh yeah, so I give up at the end. Did you study art, or did you did I study art, or did I experiment on my own? I experimented on my own. I study art on my own. If you're asking if I studied art through college, no, I did not. I did not study art through a college. I studied art on my own. But I don't think there's much of a difference between studying art on your own and studying art in college, because either way, regardless, at the end of the day, it's still all up to you and how you... Oh, crap. I am going to say one thing about this brush, is this medium hard brush, is I turned down the density of it. So that's one thing to keep in mind when I use it. That's one change I do. I noticed it was coming off a little too hard when I was using it. Harder than I normally did after I reset it. But yeah, see, this is one problem I've been having when learning how to paint, is I don't know when to stop and when to keep going. And sometimes I don't need to keep rendering and putting in as much detail as I do, but I end up doing it anyways. And sometimes and it's not what I was going for, and it ended up making it look weird. So sometimes I just don't know when to stop the detail. I'm trying to find that happy medium. Give me a real quick second. I heard a really loud sound out in my living room. Give me just a moment. All right, I'm back. Everything's fine. That was a really loud sound. I was like, what the heck? What the heck is that sound? A receipt. All right, give me a second. Sorry if this headphone is making sound. I gotta put it back on. All right. So now what I need to decide, I need to start making some decisions here. There should be some clean cuts and some So basically, one thing that you need to know when you're painting is you need to be able to understand the structure that you're painting. Understanding that if there's a crease and there's light, I'm going to go here. If there's like these creases right here, understand that the light is coming, the light's coming at it, and it's going to be hitting it here, which will make a slight shadow over here. And you need to be able to do that with everything around it, so it'll make your drawing more believable. By the way, this icon is for a channel, or this illustration is for a channel called AnimeUproar. Definitely go check them out. I don't have the link in the description right now, but I'll put it down there. He's an anime reviewer. It's really cool, and he does really good stuff, really in-depth reviews for what he does reviews on. And I started this a while ago for him, and then I got super busy trying to get that volume out for the company I'm at, and it was just like, oh man, I felt so bad I couldn't finish it when I wanted to. And so I had to put it on hold, because it was like I had to get this volume out. But now that the volume's, going, it's going, it's done. I want to make sure I got this done for him. But yeah. Definitely check out his channel and his reviews. He just retweeted my tweet, because I tagged him in it. And I was like, oh snaps. All right, what else do I want to do here? I'm going to be coloring in these letters with something, but right now I'm trying to decide how much further I want to go with this. See, sometimes I've been starting to find that it's good to be like, I'm kind of stuck on the shirt, for example. I don't know how much further I want to go with it and what direction I want to go with it. Sometimes it would be good to then possibly move on to another portion of the design, so I could start shading in the pants or something, and that may give me an idea of how much further I want to go with the jacket. And that's something I've been starting to do instead of racking my brain over one portion of it. Like, if you look at most paintings, they don't finish one portion of it and then move on to the next. Like, paint the skin perfectly and then move on. Most people don't do that. It's like a all over process. And see, that's what I was doing at first. What I was doing was I was almost completely finishing one portion of the drawing, and you wouldn't know how it would play with the rest of the drawing, and that was one of my problems. Just started to watch Anime Lover. Well, thank you for being here, Anime Lover. How do you stream just the iPad screen? I'm using something called, right here down with that little orange controller. It's called Omelet Arcade, and it allows you to stream your iPad screen to YouTube and Twitch and stuff like that. And I think they just released a feature, I'm not positive, but I think they just released a feature where you can upload or you can stream to Twitch and YouTube at the same time, which would be pretty darn cool. What other language do you speak? Just English. I don't speak any other language. I can speak gibberish. I can speak weeaboo. Konnichiwa. No, I'm kidding. Okay. No. Just playing with you guys. And because if it's Spanish, I can translate it perfectly. No, I can't speak Spanish. I love helping people out. Yeah, I know, you made that Discord for me. That was awesome, man. Thanks, man. No problem. Alright. Let's get back to this. Let's kind of soften this part up a little. And then harden it up again in a certain spot. There we go. Now, I'm going to move on to the pants. I wish I was looking at some reference here. Looking at the reference of its icon. Try to get some colors right. Because there's some things I was going to do as I was going. But, can't remember them off the top of my head right now. That went along with this character a little bit more in the colors. I don't remember. It's because I'm stupid. Okay. Well, I mean, maybe not. Never know. Maybe I could be stupid. You don't know me. Alright. Let's go more into the blues. That'll be good. I think that blue might be too dark for what I'm trying to do. Yeah. But yeah, 10,000 guys. What the crap? I want to make sure I'm active on here somehow. Things are gonna get real busy here soon. I mean, they already are very busy, but things could get even busier because I'm possibly going to be opening commissions, which my commissions are open, but I mean, I'm going to let people know that they're open because a lot of people don't know that my commissions are open. Sometimes I'll also say no if I'm too busy. Well, I'll say it nicely. I'll be like, no, I'm sorry right now. It's blah, 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 blah. Type of stuff. Man, I'm trying to figure out how strong is this light source coming in? So there's one thing also I had a problem with when I was starting to color is one, choosing the right colors. Right colors for right shades. Two is putting the shades in as too hard, too harsh. And I might be running into that issue on this. Except for the pants. The pants, I might be doing it okay. Chibi reference. What percentage am I at? 57, okay. Let me just make sure. I'm not okay. Go a little further back on this. Shading here. Trying to think about how I want to do this. Sometimes I'm having like an A game day where things will just like be like bam, and then sometimes it just won't happen like that, and that's just because I don't know. I haven't nailed down my quick coloring style yet, and my understanding of colors. That's a big one. I haven't nailed that down quite yet. So it takes a lot of trial and error, but it's a lot less trial and error than it used to be, at least. Let's maybe... Actually, I think I'll try to make most of the pants a little darker here. I think that's what I'll go for. Most of the pants a little bit darker. Then I'll start pulling in this light. I felt like the pants were a little bit too light on the base for what I needed to do. Let me see if there's any questions here. Nothing. Alright. Alright. As you guys can tell, this is the most boring part. Unless you're really interested in painting, this is actually pretty boring stuff because it's so slow. That's why everyone likes speed paints. But you can't tell it as well. Oh, sorry. You can't tell as well what's going on. Wait a second. Let's get a darker shade going down here. Yeah, I think this look a little better for what I was going for. Look a little closer. Well, and I'm going to be cleaning up this background at some point too. I'm not going to be doing all that in this video. Like, I'm not going to be painting this whole thing in this video. But I think that'll be like some other stream. That'll probably be some other streams. Not specifically for this one, but like showing how to, finish up a piece or something like that. And people who followed how I do my stuff here will be able to be like, oh, okay, he does that. Basically, before I add any real effect layers, I always want to make sure that my painting or drawing, whatever, looks as good as possible before I add effect layers, or I'm satisfied with it without adding effect layers. Because if you rely on effect layers, you're not learning the colors the way you should. The meaning of the colors that you're using. You're learning how to use these gimmicks. The gimmicks should be there to enhance your work, not to create your work. Well, not necessarily create, but, it should enhance what's already there, not pretty much make what you're making. For example, you wouldn't be able to make a piece look good without it. You don't want that handicap. Alright. And I'm just going to select this here and show you guys where all the colors are landing. If you look how the colors are all landing in relatively the same blue area on that slider, and they're all landing within these grays and darker blues. No, I'm gonna step away from that for a moment, and I'm gonna go to this this shirt, and I'm going to yeah, I think that. Let's skip this weird song. All these songs are weird. But yeah, I can't wait to do some like live streams of like actually like doing some Kaneki sketches or some Boku no Hero, My Hero Academia sketches, you know. And like they're gonna be things that are obviously uploaded as a video as well. But just doing some of the process live, I think that's cool for live streams because it's something that, for one, I'm able to kill two birds with one stone. Two, you guys will be able to see, the ones who want to see the slowed down process of something, they can see it. And then to see the full version, you know, you see the rest of it. You can see the time lapse. Sure, it's turning a little strange. What the should I do? Let me see. Kind of feel like I should add a little bit more color to this shirt. Let's move up the color spectrum and go. Yeah, that looks a little better. I felt like that shade I was using didn't really represent the base, but I realized the base was a little too gray for the background, because here's another big thing about painting is background affects the way a color looks dramatically. I mean, obviously if you're drawing it, if the background is red and one background's red, one background's blue, if you put the person that you drew in the blue background that looks correct, and you put them in the red background, it's not going to look right, because the light around them changes the way the colors of whatever they're wearing looks. So a red within a blue light will look different than a red within a red light. And it's just atmosphere, how it changes things. Kind of like if you're in a room with a white light, it would look different than if you're outside with the sun that is somewhat of more of a yellowish light, with then also what the blue sky, if it's, you know, clear outside, what the blue sky can do to the lighting of the clothes. So like, for example, back here, what I'm going to be doing with this jacket is I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be putting highlights on this back end here because of how bright this back blue is. But it's also good to almost like, for me at least, I, I like to almost finish my backgrounds before I completely start painting the character. Whether it's actually finishing the background or getting it to a state where I know those colors are going to be the colors and that's how strong they are going to be where they are. That's important because then you can know how strong your lighting's going to be, how much of this blue off to the right hand side is going to be reflecting on that sleeve. And I don't even think I have to make it that strong. I could have went more over here and went up a little bigger. And let's do this a little bit. Let's test, see what this looks like if I go like this. I could have done that because that looks a little better, a little less strong. Little more, it represents the dullness of the blue that's coming out more. And then this side, I'm going to be doing that orange. Eventually, I'm not going to do it right this second because highlights are one of the later things I put in. Because if you put them in too early, it may mess it up a little bit, or it may confuse you on what you should be doing next. Let's go a little over there. Get that going on in there. Let's get that going on down the bottom part, and let's actually go into a reddish pink. Oh, that's a little bit too bright. Let's go down here. Put that in the top shade. Let's actually take this more towards the gray. Nope, too light. I like how that's coming out. Let's go over here now. Let's bring this up a bit and do very ever so slightly color upward right there. Gonna lighten that up a little bit. I'm also gonna bring it down again. For me, sometimes subtleties, my subtleties that I add in, like I'm probably gonna be adding in very subtle color changes in these arm areas, that like over here. What I do is I take a color, and because of the density of the brush, it kind of lays over a cool little gradients of another color in there, and it helps represent what you would consider as real life color. Like, not necessarily real life, but it gives different like tone to the overall shading, because you know nothing is really one tone, and it's just something that I do that I need to figure out how to break it down on, like why I do it and how I do it. And right now it's kind of more so just a on a whim type thing, but I just kind of do it. See, right now my mind's kind of confused on exactly what I'm doing with this whole portion of the jacket right here. More so this little portion right here. Oh, that looks a little better. I think I shaded it in too much. I added too much shade because there's no actual like cloth bending in that area. So I don't want to put cloth bending in an area that the cloth isn't bending. It'll make it look really weird. I've done that too many times before. If you guys have any questions, you should ask. There's only 4 people here. That's okay. At least I'm not alone. I'm going to go back to that shirt here. Then we'll go more towards it. Sorry, give me just a second. My iPad's getting pretty warm. So let me see if I can prop this up away from this fabric that's going to be contributing to it getting warmer and warmer. That might help. All right. Alright, let's get in here and let's start going up a shade. Not blue enough. Oh, too big. And just in case any of you are wondering, I am definitely using a brush that has no pressure sensitivity for thick to thin. Just look at it. It's just one width. And I just changed the size when it comes to painting, at least. Change the size based on what I think it should be. Because there's really no need for like it to be thick to thin when you're coloring. Don't want it to be too bright here. Alright, let's hit this up. Hit this up. And I need to keep in mind that some of this might change as I'm going, because there's these like lightning things that's going to be going around him, and the stuff coming up from his hands. Now, you don't see it right now, but there will be stuff coming up from his hands. Is this going out or in? This is going out. This area is going in. So I'm going to shade that a little. Shade this section. Go. You know, this song that's playing right now, this song reminds me of Fooly Cooly, even though it's not Fooly Cooly. You know what I think I'm gonna make that whole top part actually more just represent the light more and less wrinkle, because there's not a whole lot of wrinklage that goes on in the top part, and if you try to pull it off too much in something that is already more or less cell shade based, it may come out to be a little weird. If I did do it, I would want to give it a very slight shade like this. And let's hatch that away a little bit, because the wrinkles aren't very big on the top part of the shirt unless they're doing something really drastic. He's kind of just standing there though, so the wrinkles won't be as there's not really going to be much wrinkles in the top part of the shirt. But I want to represent this a little bit more, so there probably will be like a clothes wrinkle coming down this way, and then it's going to probably lead into this right here, because remember most clothes wrinkles go in this kind of fashion. Of course, it ends over there. but on the other side, it's going to come back around like that. It's kind of like a zigzag thing that's going on. And right now, the zigzag is going to be doing that. Shirts normally don't take me this long. I think I don't like the color of the shirt I used. I don't know. Foster Hayday. Mary. Oh, excuse me. Jeez. Alright, I'm gonna... Look at the comment here. I saw one from Yulia pop up, I think it was. Do you have any advice on blending colors in Procreate? I feel like they don't blend as easily as they do in Clip Studio. I'm so used to that. I don't know. I mean, it really depends on the pen you're using, really. I don't know. I mean, I guess it could depend on the pen. You might be talking about something if you're using like the watercolors in there. They have like very heavy blending on. And so, I mean, they do have this up here, this blending thing, which does blend very, very well. I think I don't really like now that I did that, I don't think I like the shade and the color of the shirt the way I was working it out. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Screw this. I'm gonna redo this shirt. I don't like how that was coming out. The liner, that one is a brush that I actually kind of made myself. I'd call it Change or Big Change because it was a brush on here that I don't know which one. I changed the settings for. These are all the settings. This is going to be re-uploaded too, so if you ever want to go and like pause it, but these are all the settings. And these are all materials that you should be able to get from the Pro, or not Pro, but like they call it insert photo or swap from Pro library. They call it Pro library, but yeah, this is all stuff you can get from them. So you can make this with everything that's already there. You just gotta go ahead and do it. Do it. But yeah, I use that to ink this. Oh. Alright, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lighten up the shirt. I'm gonna come in with like a purple or blue. No, let's go more purple. Let's come in with the purple. Let's go down a little bit. Let's come in with the purple. That might be too purple. No problem. And as for the blending on here, it should really be more so the brush settings. If you're talking about like a brush being able to blend within itself, like while you're doing the strokes and stuff like that, Man, this shirt is upsetting me. There are settings to make it like that. Like I showed this brush earlier. This is a brush that I bought, a brush pack that I bought, but just click one of these. Watch how well it blends into itself. Oh man, I should really use something that you could see better on here. On this, watch how well it blends into itself. It just works so beautifully. And if you were to put another color such as orange, would go very well on it. You can blend it in very easily. And these are all settings that are on here. These brushes I got from, that actually looks really cool. What the crap. Maybe I'll try to. I'll go back to my airbrush. But if I'm not wrong, oh, my iPad dropped a little bit here. If I'm not wrong, yeah. Let me go in here. I think it's within these kind of settings. Because when you really look at it, it says brush behavior, smudge, like stuff like that. Definitely keep an eye on stuff like that. Because I think the smudge, for example, is smudge on orientation, but there's going to be some settings here that allow it to blend into itself. This is one of them too, because it's normal, glazed, wet. This is glazed, and I could feel that. I could definitely feel that in the brush. Something like this, I'm thinking is more of a wet brush, the way it feels. And let's see. No, it's glazed. That's interesting. Wet mix. I don't know. I think glazed is the one that really changes things. Let me see what my airbrush is on. It's on normal. So I think glazed is the one that really gives you that that blendy feel. But yeah, definitely play around with this and these and mostly those. Mostly these two. General and dynamic, I think, are going to be the ones that are going to change that. A brush. Like if I put it on glazed, see what it does. It definitely turns into more of a painterly brush. For sure. It's interesting. Yeah, definitely play around with those though. I don't know too much about making brushes. But I've done a couple in here. Do you share, or is it possible to buy your custom brushes? I don't share any of my brushes that I don't have for sale, but those brushes that I just showed you, I purchased, and those are from a place called Daub Brushes. And they do some really cool stuff. And the coolest part about it is, even if you don't like all the brushes they give you, if you like the way the brush functions but you don't like the texture, you can always go and change your texture and keep their function, and then put in your own texture and stuff like that. And that's one of the reasons, like that brush pack I got from Daub Brushes is DAUB, I believe. For Procreate, you just like, it's like below $10. It's like $7 or something like that, and it gives you 100 and something brushes. That's freaking bananas. And I'm just telling the people who may not have heard me earlier that, or came to the stream recently, but I was talking about that earlier. They give you a lot of brushes for a very minimal price. And one thing I love about the daub brushes, amongst others, is daub brushes takes their stuff from traditional media. They actually take pictures of traditional media brushwork and they turn them into brushes. And by the way, they have some ridiculous Clip Studio brushes. For those of you who didn't hear me talking about earlier, just ridiculous Clip Studio brushes that are so good. It's just crazy how good they are. But I mean, if you're looking for ink brushes, I don't really find them that great for ink brushes per se. I mean, they have some cool ink stuff. I mean, you'll get it if you buy the pack. But all in all, like, their ink brushes are kind of meh, in my opinion. I mean, like, they could do some cool artsy stuff, but I'm looking for more technical pens with smaller differences that kind of represent what a G pen would do more so, and they don't really do that stuff. Or at least most brush packs that I've looked at don't do that stuff a lot. Most of them are about paint brushes and stuff like that. Upshirting me. The shirt's trying to upshirt me. I'm getting upshirt. I've been seeing coloring this shirt forever. But when it starts getting shape, even after you take away the liner, that means they're doing something right. Let me see. Let me see here. I don't think the color of those pants are representing the atmosphere around it enough. The lighter color of these pants. You know, these pants were way lighter when I started. It's frustrating. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, I'm probably going to work on some skin here. And then I'm probably going to call it good. It's getting a little hot in this closet. Enjoyed the stream. Thanks again. No problem. For sure. I'll see you next time. And you're leaving right around the time I'm going to be leaving. I'm going to be heading out here soon. Reds. Blues. Purples. What do I want to do for this skin shade? Let's. Yeah, reds are always the safe place to go. Except I'm gonna want it to be with the kind of coloring style I'm doing. Kind of want it to be a little bit more red, a little darker. Well, not darker red, but like a darker, more colorful red. Let's go more purple. Yeah, that's getting weird. Okie dokie, let's get rid of that. There's a certain skin shade I'm going for, and it's well, I'll just go something simple for now, just to get me started. I don't feel like it's colorful enough. That's sort of the skin color. Not that, no. This color. No. What time is it? For me, it's 10:21. I don't know how much shading I want to do on the hands right now, because there's going to be some stuff coming up on the hands. So that's going to completely change the shade of the hands. Okay, I'm from France. It's 6:22 a.m. there. Oh, dang, it's really early. You either stayed up real late or you got up real early. Definitely different time zone. But good to see you here from France. Good to see you here from France. It's awesome. Let's grab some stuff from over here. Let's go up a bit lighter. Let's come with a little bit of Alright, I feel like with these pants, I really need to just figure something out. Because I don't feel like something's not feeling right about them. Blocking the simple cell shades real quick. I don't think that shade there represents. It's actually going on. Let's pull it in there because that's actually moving upward. let's do that. And then let's put in a ever so slight shade where the knee is. Actually, leg. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do some Ordinal Tempest stuff on here too for the new series. Relatively new series since it's only got one chapter out of Ordinal Tempest on here for sure. For sure. Do we like that? Do we like that? Do we like that? Alright, slowly starting to come around to it. Slowly starting to come around to what I want. And sometimes I feel like I don't block in colors enough, like very specific areas that should be lit and then shadowed. Sometimes I go in a little bit too much with detail at first. But the more that, see, one of the biggest problems for me is I paint. Okay, so I paint sometimes, I start getting the hang of it, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I see exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. And I start getting on a roll, and I do some really good pieces. Or not, well, really good compared to my other work I've done in the past. But then I'll have to go off and draw manga for like, I don't know, like 20 days straight. And I won't be able to color anything. And then all of a sudden, I start forgetting some of the things I learned. And I'm like, crap. So I've been kind of going back and forth on that. And I'm like, no. But, yeah. So that kind of sucks. But, yeah, I'm getting there. There's still a lot I have to do on this. I got to clean up the background. I got to still, do some cleanup on everything, really. Got to add in some of the hues. Shades. The pants need a lot of work. I still need to do the shoes. I think I just said that. I'm going to be adding in some energy coming up. His hands. But yeah, gotta do some cool stuff maybe with his glasses. Gotta get his hair going. Gonna put in my weird different color shades that I like doing, and yeah, but I think that's pretty much all I'm gonna do for now. And I hope you guys like this. Should have done it at a better time, but let me see what's here. Yulia, what's the song playing? Oh crap! Well, I missed that. I don't know. I'm not sure, but all this is copyright free music, so it's nothing special. Nothing special. But, yeah. So that's pretty much what I got for you guys today. I think I'm going to be uploading, my little 10,000 subscriber, little speed drawing I did. I'm probably going to be uploading that tomorrow. So you guys will see that. I'll probably be doing another stream in the next few days. But, yeah. For now, thank you everyone for coming in. Hope this helped a little bit and saw some of my horrible rusty painting process. And yeah, so I'll see you guys next time, and thank you for joining in.